For the first time ever, we're going to give every newborn American child a financial stake in the future, head start at life, and a fair shot at the American dream.
President Trump speaking in D.C. this morning for the launch of Trump Accounts, a historic initiative created under the Big Beautiful Bill, targeted at providing newborns with a government-backed savings program starting this 4th of July. Every American child born between January 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2028 will get $1,000 from the U.S. Treasury. Now, families can contribute a maximum of $5,000 per year, giving these future adults a head start with tax benefits and stuff like that towards future financial freedom. Texas Senator Ted Cruz, who was there, sir, sounds great. Maybe this should have been done with our Social Security payments before the government robbed those accounts.
Yeah, look, unquestionably, and I think there are very few things more powerful than encouraging personal investment and savings and ownership. And listen, I'm proud to have authored the legislation that created the Trump accounts. And the power of these Trump accounts are, number one, every child in America is going to benefit from the miracle of compound growth. This is an ability for kids over the course of their lives to see these accounts grow to hundreds of thousands of dollars. But number two, we're going to create a whole new generation of capitalists because, look, we've all seen the sad statistics of young people who are losing faith in capitalism, who think socialism may be a good idea. Well, now every kid in America is going to be an owner of the biggest employers in America because these Trump accounts are invested in the S&P 500. They're invested in the stock market. That is transformational. And Carl, without exaggeration, I think these Trump accounts are the single most important part of the working families tax cut that we passed last year. I think 10, 20, 30 years from now, it's going to have a transformational impact on the kids of America.
Well, exactly. Like Social Security, the average American contributes $600,000 plus over their lifetime, yet it will only receive back less than $200,000 or $300,000. But if that had been invested in the S&P, like you're saying with these Trump accounts, that would be worth $2 or $3 million by the time they draw from it. So I applaud this, sir. If I asked you 10 years ago, if you ever imagined in your wildest dreams you would be standing on stage with Nicki Minaj, I mean, let's take a look at this real quick.
I am probably the president's #1 fan. And that's not going to change. And the hate or what people have to say, it does not affect me at all. It actually motivates me to support him more.
Senator, would you ever think to be sharing a stage with Nicki Minaj 10 years ago?
No, I could not have imagined that. And look, it is surreal. But I'll say, look, she is here because she's supporting the Trump accounts. And one of the really cool things, Carl, is the way these are written. Employers can contribute and match just like 401k accounts. So Nicki Minaj is contributing to Trump accounts. Also, people can give philanthropy. Right. So Michael Dell was here. Michael and his wife Susan have both given $6.25 billion to every kid in America under age 10, $250 to each of them in every zip code where the median income is $150,000 or less. And that's money invested directly in the kids' Trump accounts. That's really transformational. And seeing people like Michael Dell and Nicki Minaj come out and say, look, we can really make a difference for our kids, that's awesome. I'm really glad she's here.
Senator, real quick, I got a minute left here. The SAVE Act. There's a lot of Republicans that have been like, hey, maybe I should vote for this, but they're not voting. We have universal Republican control right now and less than 8 months left to the midterms. Why isn't this getting passed?
Look, I agree. I'm an original sponsor of the SAVE Act. I'm a passionate advocate of the SAVE Act. I think we ought to pass it. I think we ought to put it on the Senate floor. And I think we ought to use every bit of leverage to pressure the Democrats. We ought to force them to do a talking filibuster and make them talk till they collapse because protecting integrity in our elections is critical.
Would you nuke the filibuster?
Look, I think the right answer, the votes aren't there to nuke it, but what we could do is make them stand and talk, and that's a way of dramatically increasing the pain of the Democrats trying to filibuster it. I think we should use every bit of leverage we have.
All right, Senator Ted Cruz, we appreciate it. Great job on the Trump accounts.
Thanks, Carl.
All right, folks, don't go anywhere.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.